Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
What? No, wait.
Sneako.
We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays should die.
We're on the same bed. I was with his girl. He was with my girl.
You was on the bed?
Yeah.
Red pill? You think I'm fake red pill? What do you mean? What do you mean? Huh?
What's up, guys? Destructor here, and today we are talking about Sneako. Now, why am I talking about this fucking sad, pathetic fucking cuck again? Now, when it comes to Sneako, he has a pretty strange and pretty much leniency towards pedophilia. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say he's a pedophile, but there's a lot of stuff that is out that makes you wonder, is he really? I've touched on a decent amount of this stuff in my content burial video I did on like almost a year ago. But since that video came out, there's been some new stuff, and I wanted to collect pretty much all the information I could find, and we're going to get into it. So the first thing is Dr. Disrespect. Now, for those who don't know, Dr. 445 himself pretty much just admitted to sexing a minor, and yeah, it was a big oopsie. Now, a lot of people were pretty much crapping on Dr. Disrespect, rightfully so, by the way. But it seems like some people, like the groomer and Sneako himself, have basically decided to weirdly defend this guy. Like, I don't know why. Even like Pokimane was getting involved, like making fun of Sneako and shit. And Sneako, well, he pretty much just sparked out.
Dr. Disgusting, says Valkyrie. Yuck, says Pokimane. Everyone hates you, but as soon as that second hits midnight, then she can sign up on OnlyFans, sell her body, and then everyone's going to parade around and say, you go, queen. You're an independent girl boss. Slay. Clown world. I don't know everything about Dr. Disrespect, but what is the, like, let's break it down. Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys. Her audience is 95% men who are jerking off the entire stream. Oh, Pokey, I want to poke you, Pokey. Twitch. I might get banned on Twitch by saying this, but it is what it is, bro. They run Twitch because they are turning people into simps. And simping is them, here's another 3,000 gifted, ding, jerking off all day. Most of them are teenagers. Most of them are underage. It doesn't even matter to them because Twitch is 13 plus. So they're okay if you're 13 years old edging to Pokemon all day. But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who's 17 years old, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Why? Someone tell me how that makes any sense. And as soon as that second goes away, she's a prostitute, everybody cheers.
First of all, Sneako, it doesn't matter if she was about to turn 18. She was still 17. It's still wrong, illegal, and just completely disgusting. I mean, Dr. Disrespect is a fucking grown-ass man in his mid-30s when he did this bullshit, so why should he get a free pass for it? And not to mention, like, oh, like, slay queen, like, 18-year-olds pouring themselves out. A, that's a minority of them. B, they get fucking shamed and disrespected for it. They get fucking cut off by their families because they're pretty much doing porn. So, like, they're not really getting empowered by this. Not even feminists are, like, this fucking insane. So that's just a fucking caricature that you fucking had. And I find it funny that you complain and just like, oh, you have Pokimane doing softcore porn. No, she's not. When I have to defend Pokimane right now, that is fucked up. That is bad. You screwed up big time, buddy, because she wears normal clothing, and it so happens a lot of people find her really attractive, and they just jerk off to her. Okay, that's just how it is. Men, when they find something that is hot and attractive, they're like, oh yeah, whatever. It's not her fault. That's the fucking lack of self-control on the fucking teenagers themselves, okay? Pokimane's not doing anything, like, illegal. She's not, like, telling people, oh, be, like, sluts or whatever. No, she's just trying to entertain people, as sickening as it is. Like, come on, you're really trying to defend Dr. Disrespect for this shit? Come on, bro.
Like, why does that define the age of consent? I had a debate about this, and I said the age of consent is maturity, is the age of puberty, once the body is mature. Because, bro, I know some people, I went through puberty when I was like 17. There were some niggas in there, bro. You remember those guys in middle school who be walking around in middle school gym? They be walking around ready to go to JV basketball with hair longer than yours coming from their armpits. Hey, you guys ready for gym? Period 6. Let's go to gym. You're like, what? I'm still wearing tighty whities. And then you're 15, 16, like, why am I still short? Any Asians can relate. I didn't go through puberty for a long time, you know? And so that's why the age of consent being strictly exactly on this second 18, this defines maturity. And everyone has to pretend like, yes, that defines maturity. This is the correct age, not 1 second more, not 1 second less. And if anything contradicts it, you're disgusting.
Oh boy, where do I even begin with this little clip? Well, okay, when it comes to like you, Sneako, if this is true, bro, that's a fucking skill issue. You got some like low testosterone you gotta work on there, my guy. You are clearly a beta male. Knowing your history of cuckoldry, I am not surprised by that. But anyway, when it comes to like the age of consent, the reason why it's acceptable for like 18-year-olds is because by and large, 18-year-olds are mature enough to where they can like understand sex. They can understand like what is with their like bodies and stuff, whether it be male or female, by and large. And when it comes to like you referencing your past, like, oh, you said like basically, oh, when they're like mature. So you think 8 to 13-year-olds can consent? Because that's normally when that shit starts for puberty for like girls and shit. Once you start developing puberty, once you go through that bullshit, yeah, it's fucking not fun for both genders. It doesn't really matter. So I don't know where you're going on about this shit, because it's honestly just really weird when you say it like that.
Stop it. Get some help.
The train never stops, baby. Woo! Now, for this particular clip, Sneako and Destiny get into a debate because, of course, these two fucking cucks like debating each other to see who's a bigger cuck. And in this case, Destiny pretty much cucks Sneako. And how, you may be asking? Well, Destiny asks a simple question. What is, like, the age of consent, pretty much? Like, what do you think it's, like, a reasonable age? And Sneako pretty much did not answer. He did not really give out a fucking proper answer. He said some vague bullshit, but like the little cuck he is, he didn't really bother like just standing on your position and shit, like the little faggot that he is.
Here's an easy question. Listen, okay, so should we update or not? What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
Yeah, this is not an important conversation.
No, it's a super important. You don't think f***ing kids are not as an important conversation? What do you think the age of consent should be? If you want to be consistent, you don't think anything updates, just tell us what you think it should be.
I think it should be past age, at a developed age. Destiny.
What is a developed age? If you had to set a law for it, what would you set it? What would you set it about?
I'd say it's a developed age.
No, answer the question, you fucking pussy. Holy shit, you're such a cowardly fuck. Stand up for what you believe in. If you actually are Muslim, you're actually Islamic or whatever, then stand up for your beliefs. Every other Muslim scholar online will do this. Do it. Stand tall on it. Don't act like a little pussy in here trying to grill XQC on modern meta ethics or whatever. If you won't even answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
Do you see how...
You see how you want to answer the question? You see how he's going to yap and not answer the question? I'm going to ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
I just answered the question. I just told you.
What was the age?
I just told you at a developed age.
Sneako thinks you should be able to f 9-year-olds. That's what Sneako thinks, and he won't answer that question honestly. Or he's going to have to give a different answer, in which case he's updated his morality. He's updated his views, and that's really uncomfortable for him. You don't have an answer to any of this shit, bro. Go back to that corner in London where you're getting roasted by year 1 debaters on Christianity. This is retarded. I don't know what the f you're doing in here.
Okay, so you can leave the call. I wanted to go talk about this.
I don't want to leave the call. I like hanging out here. I've talked to a lot of files in the past, so.
Okay.
To be honest, when I watch and look at Sneako from like the clips I see on the internet, he really gets off talking about age of consent, which is like, wait, why do you care about like what other countries are like the age of consent or some shit? Like, unless you're trying to expose a pedophile or something, you really should not be caring. That's the only way you should be talking about. It's like, okay, what's the age of consent? So you know the basic law or some shit like that just to expose someone. But no, you just bring it up like as a casual thing. It's like, wait, why would you do that? First of all, it's just really fucking strange, and it does not make you look good at all, Sneako, whatsoever, and it's just going to be used against you in the future. It's like, oh, look, Sneako's into this type of shit. It's like, we wonder why, huh?
Back in our grandparents' days, it must not been no law. But people was getting married and stuff back then. So a lot of us, we're born from, like we're this direct descendants of that shit. So yeah, it's wrong. It's against the law.
Why is it wrong though? I mean, you see, your grandma had a big happy family, 15 kids. She stayed with them for 30 years. So why is it wrong?
Because the law says it's wrong. And
so I mean, the law doesn't judge right from wrong, or else
Right.
they would lock up all these pedophiles in California.
Right. So they got a word for it. Right. The law says it's wrong. So it's wrong now. So and people like the social people that make it wrong. Like me, I'm not attracted to women under 21, even though 18 is legal. But I'm not attracted to women under 21 because you can't take them out for a drink. They still like immature.
In Colombia, you can drink at 18 in Colombia.
Yeah, but even when I'm out the country, I've had girls in like the UK like approaching me, and she was 16 and she said that was legal there. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I got kids. My daughter's 17.
Yeah,
I think that's sick.
Hey, future Destructor here. So it looks like Sneako, while in the process of editing this video, has decided to just double down even more about like this age of consent bullshit and explains what his opinion that the age of consent is flawed. And oh my god, he goes to some real creepy territory. Just to add on to this guy is possibly a pedophile and this hard drive needs to be checked.
Age of consent should be maturity. It's not even 18 in most states. Why do you even believe that? It's because in Hollywood, it's 18, so that gets pushed everywhere. Most places, 16. And if you question that, then they call you a pedo. I believe the age of consent is the age of maturity. It should be called the age of marriage. Age of consent implies that you're gonna have out of wedlock. I think it's better that people get married at 16, 17 than to have a bunch of premarital until they're 30 and they're washed up and then they get jaded and they're on birth control and they have dried up eggs. I think that's better for society.
How in the ching chong fuck is this guy popular? Because this is just so fucking brain dead. Look, wedlock isn't great. I know, let's not fucking pretend. But at the same time, it's still better than fucking like getting married as a teenager than having kids. And I find it funny, what do you define as like the age of like maturity? Okay, what age is that, Sneako? We really need to know because you're always so vague with that language. We need to know what you think it is because that is just some fucking bullshit. And there's a reason why people think that 18 years old is good, not because, as I stated before, it's when people actually start, fully developed and mature for the most part. Well, except for you, because you're a fucking, like, beta cuck retard, of course. But still, I also find it funny that you think, like, Hollywood's the ones that are pushing this crap. Aren't you the same type of people who, like, say Hollywood's something but a bunch of, like, satanic, like, rituals and shit like that? Like, those are the type of people that run Hollywood, so why would they decide to, like, oh, 18 years old is good? Like, that just makes no fucking sense whatsoever, so are you trying to tell us that you're part of the club, Sneako? Illuminati confirmed, bitches.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Now let's get into the most infamous part about all of this. Cuties. Yeah, for those who don't know, which I'd be shocked if you don't know about Sneako, he likes the movie Cuties, so much so this is his new favorite film and all of this shit. He did a video pretty much praising the film as some kind of like movie that's gonna age well. Bull fucking shit. Let's go over this crap.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. This is one of the movies that's gonna age well.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? Okay then, aging well, you say. Yeah, I call fucking bullshit on that. I guarantee you that if anyone does remember Cuties in like 5-10 years from now, they're still gonna be like, this movie is fucking like dog shit. They'll probably say at most like, yeah, we kind of understand what they were trying to go for, but they executed poorly and it should never been done in the first place. So your dreams is not gonna happen, Sneako. We should be checking your hard drive instead.
The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Yo, Sneako, I got a question for you. Do you have any facts, statistics, data to like bring up your argument whatsoever about like Gen Zers not really being pissed off about Cuties? Because I remember correctly, everyone was pissed off about it. Rightfully so, because Cuties is just fucking disgusting. And you even admitted that it shows like children being shown in a sexual way. that pretty much defeats the whole point you're trying to make of the video. You admitted it. So I don't know why you're trying to defend, like, oh, it's just fucking some, like, normal thing. It's not even that common, and the only people that do it are, like, the most sexually depraved teenagers that are, like, around 16, 17, maybe 15 years old. Like, even then, those are, like, a few minority of them. Most people, they're just, like, kind of, like, dumb, like, wannabe girl boss shit, because they're like, I'm so good, babe, like, I'm gonna slay. It's just dumb shit. I don't know where you're going on about this, Sneako, but I can guarantee you got no fucking evidence to back up your bullshit.
This was pointing out a problem that girls have. Guys don't really have problems like this. When I was watching Cuties, I was feeling like this was really an honest depiction of what it's like to grow up as an 11-year-old girl now.
Yeah, I can guarantee you, Sneako, that this is not an accurate depiction of what it's like to grow up as an 11-year-old girl. Because even with the context of when the movie came out in 2019, 11-year-old girls just wanted to run around at recess and just have fun with their friends. Or when they're in class, they probably just wanted to look at their phone and look at, like, little kid stuff. What the fuck they're into these days, honestly. That's probably the most they wanted to do. Not fucking, like, twerk and do sexual, like, bullshit for, like, you know, the internet, like an Instagram shit. Like, what 11-year-old's gonna have fucking Instagram? Very few, and those are because the parents are irresponsible. Most parents are not fucking irresponsible pieces of crap. So, I don't know where you're getting your information from, buddy, but this is just straight up cap.
If you're really pissed off about this movie, you just don't fucking understand growing up with social media. I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but it's realistic. A major criticism of this film was that it's child porn, that they were just showing these kids and that it's gonna bring a bunch of pedophiles in. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not more than anything else that's on the internet now.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, it's gonna bring in more pedophiles because, well, pedophiles like watching, you know, very sexual things about children. Duh. They're not gonna just come out and admit it, of course, but they're gonna just fucking, when they're all alone, they're gonna probably just beat their fucking meat to this stupid movie, which is really fucking disgusting, by the way. And even then, like, bro, I grew up with social media, like in a time where social media was pretty much just prevalent, okay? Most of us did in some form. So, realistically, this movie is not doing a good job representing that shit. And the fact that you like it is because it's extremely provocative. Very, sus, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder what you mean by that, buddy.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I can't even, like, build this up because Sneako just says, like, yeah, you know, I like them underage. Here's the clip.
An hour ago.
Send her to a nice restaurant, send her $100, tell her to get herself a nice steak.
So while I third wheel you?
Yeah.
The clips are going to be so bad, me sitting off in the corner while you guys are chumming it
It's
up.
G7, we don't care about what people say.
Yo.
Your choice. I'm going to go up, I'm going to let you make the grown man decision. I love you.
I'll see you later
tonight.
I'll see you at post party. Who's you can try to eat quickly, meet me at the party.
Fuck you.
Yo, what the?
Sorry about that.
Who's he?
He's a dumbass. He brings a 19-year-old to a fucking double date. Huh? Thank you, Sneako. Come here. You actually like young girls?
Yeah. Oh, man, beautiful. Underage?
You know, I can't even say anything funny about this because you can say he's joking, but my response to that is, knowing this guy's history, I really don't fucking know. So I probably rethink that statement before you start commenting. But when it comes to, like, Sneako and his projecting, well, first of all, everyone knows about his infamous Japan thing. Here's a screenshot. When Japan actually raised their age of consent, he was like, my personal 9/11. Now, could that be a joke? Who knows? But either way, Sneako deleted that tweet, and very sus. I'm just gonna be honest. That's very sus thing to say. And let's talk about his moist critical thing for a bit. He pretty much goes and cries Aiden Ross like, who looks more like a pedophile? Me or moist critical? Well, I'll answer that for you, Sneako. You! With your fucking weird stash and your fucking, like, face and the hair and all that, you look like a fucking wife-beating sex offender with that look. Moist Critical, on the other hand, he just looks like your average stoner who listens to, like, hard rock and heavy metal, who's, like, really chill and stuff. It's like, hey, man, you want to listen to some fucking Bullet for My Valentine, man? You know, that type of shit. He goes to, like, concerts, listens to, like, Slipknot. That's what I get the vibe out of Moist Critical. Unlike you, you just look like a straight-out faggot.
And also, if you say address the pedophile allegations, Aiden, who looks more like a pedophile? Who would you rather not bring around your children? That dude with the beard and the fentanyl hair looking like he sleeps under a bridge, or me? Who looks like a pedophile? Does anyone, this is why this allegation is kind of stupid. Does anyone actually think I'm a pedophile? Does anyone think that? Take one look at this dude, it's like, bro, yeah, I would not. People who game all day, that always, these Minecraft YouTubers, girls. It's Sky does Minecraft, these dudes gaming all day. That's always who it is. That's why he's so hard on that, probably because he has some weird stuff in his hard drive. Just saying.
While I was making this video, the one question came to my mind constantly. Was this guy potentially groomed? And the reason why I say this is because there's a little clip around where Sneako is just staring at this like Muslim like YouTuber guy cold. Like he was just like, it looked like he was just getting brainwashed into like a cult basically. And this guy was just going on about like the type of shit that Sneako would be like defending and shit later on.
No, we don't think there's any problem with it at all. We think that it's just because we have a different idea of what it means to be a child, which can be tracked historically. But now, if the situation has changed, we say that the general principle in Islam is, you can do what you kind of want, so long as, I'm not going to say you can do what you want so long as you harm it. You can marry whomever you want to marry, so long as it doesn't cause them harm, physical and psychological. So, for example, if I marry a 100-year-old woman, or Sneako, if you marry with your tank top a 100-year-old woman, and you get involved with her intimately, she might die. I mean, she might have some kind of health problem. So we would say that, well, if you were to be intimate with a 14-year-old or 13-year-old who's got huge hips and huge breasts and huge body, I mean, quite frankly, we would say it's not going to have the same effect medically. I mean, no one can make the argument. But in these countries where we live in now, one is legal and one is illegal. So, in other words, you can't marry a 100-year-old woman, but you can marry that girl that's you can't be. You're a pedophile if you go for the girl that's got the hips. And once again, pedophilia is very relative.
It's very weird and uncomfortable watching like Sneako not even like question or give it a second thought about what the dude is saying. He's just sitting there and just be like almost like admired him like in a weird like cult leader, right? Where you're just like, yes, this is so amazing. It's just fucking really unsettling. But we gotta talk about, of course, enter that cupcake 445. Yeah, I don't know what it is with me and talking about EDP 445, but I'm not really surprised. So when it comes to this one, well, Sneako was just going really, really weird with EDP 445 on, of course, a Gideon stream. Of course, why am I not surprised?
Bro, Sneako, do you think he's a good guy? Yeah. Like, honestly.
I want to hear him out.
So do you think that you could be friends with a child predator if you just like them? Like if they have a good personality, like you could be friends with them? Like, so if EDP comes on here and he talks you up and like you think he's a cool guy, like you'd fuck with him?
I'm not going to be hanging out with them at the cupcake store, but I could laugh at him in a Discord call.
Do you think that he should go to prison?
What crimes did he commit?
What the fuck?
That last part he said is just like, what in the actual fuck? What crimes did he commit? You joined a Discord call about an interview with EDP445. Surely you would have some knowledge going into this type of shit. Yeah, EDP ducked like the little bitch that he is because, well, it's EDP. But still, the fact that you just said, like, what crimes did he commit? It's like, bro, what crack are you on, honestly? It's just fucking, like, strange and retarded.
Did he follow through?
Doesn't matter if he followed through. He had the intentions. The point is he got stopped. He had the intentions of doing it. Luckily, he got stopped by someone who wasn't actually a kid. So you'd rather have that person keep roaming around the fucking earth with the chance of doing it again rather than getting locked up?
Well, you said crime. If he didn't commit a crime, then based on...
No, it is a crime. It is a crime. What he did is a crime. It's against the law.
If he actually did a crime, yeah, of course he should do time. But I think we should hear him out.
Bro, no way this guy is for real. It's like, but we should still hear him out. Even though Packard explained everything, like, oh, did he follow through? It's like, yeah. Just because he didn't, like, technically touch a kid or some shit, he should still go to jail. Like, EDP is a complete piece of shit. He reoffended again later, because it's, like, before the whole Kayla Hoskins situation. So, like, I don't know what Sneako's on, because this shit... When I see this, I'm like, what the fuck? Does this guy not have any moral principles? Like, does this guy not care whatsoever? But yet again, we're talking about fucking Sneako. It's like, I find funny, it's like, oh, we should hear him out. dude, like, you know EDP is not gonna fucking give a straight answer. Even if, like, he was on the call and Gideon paid him and stuff, we were gonna get, like, a half-ass fucking shit show of, like, EDP, like, you know, it's this and that, like, something about, like, you know, his football team, or just something that's unrelated. He's gonna dodge it like fucking how politicians, like, dodge, like, questions on a debate. Like, that's just the truth about it, people.
The major point of contention in the debate yesterday was the age of consent, and I answered it correctly. It's that it's the age of maturity. There's no specific age. It's always changed throughout history. It's changed throughout time. It's different in every single state, every single country, but it was pinned as a gotcha. So I got to get better at, well, I didn't get clipped, which is good, but I mean, like, this is why somebody's trying to press me like this. So this is insane. I don't know if he still believes this or Santa. I mean, Destiny, if you still believe this, hopefully you're able to clear it up. But
you are coping. What can we learn from this video? Sneako is a very strange, sad little man, to be honest. With the amount of shit that he said about, like, age of consent, minors, and so on and so forth, and defending, like, weirdos like Dr. Disrespect and Andrew Tate and so on and so forth, it makes you wonder, is this guy a pedophile? Me, personally, I'm kind of 50-50 on this shit, despite there's a lot of evidence showing that he might be, but the only reason why I am not going to say outright is because there's a very good chance this guy is just doing it for views and money and shit, like attention to get from people, because this guy is a grifter. He does not really give a shit. He's just saying whatever is, like, popular in that sort of manosphere type of, like, content, because people like the Tates are, like, more chillax because they're a fucking bunch of degenerate scumbags and shit. So Sneako is just pretty much being, like, the gutless coward and just following that trend because he has no fucking, like, original thought of his own. So we're gonna leave it up to you guys, but I will say this: we need to check this guy's hard drive big time, so we can see if this guy is truly a pedophile or not. Or better yet, make it easier, the debate about this shit, like a real debate about all this shit he said in the past, because that probably will help out a lot. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Take care, and of course, God bless you all.
Cameras on my face. No, you're a slut. Okay, what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? Fuck you! 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 Fuck you!
We got Sneako here. He's got this busted up tooth. Smile for me, man. This was the security guard at this thing, at this event right up here.
That was awesome.